All right, let's do this. IDS 301, welcome to Fall 2021, Session A. This is your intro module one first video. Um, my name is Michael Thayer, and I'll be your host as we journey through the wild world of IDS. Thanks for joining me. This is it's right now. It's what, Wednesday, uh, August 18th. It is noon, high noon here in Arizona. I'm in Phoenix, Ahwatukee, if you know where that is, area. Um, Thanks for joining me in this course. Um, we have a full house. Don't No, we don't. We have 56 out of 60. That's a good crowd. So wow, why did I just picture 56 students? That's pretty intimidating for me. So hopefully some of you won't watch this. Okay. Well, um, we go from August 19th tomorrow to October 8th. That's 51 days. We're going to squeeze in 7 modules plus a intro module. Typically, I don't do that, but because we're starting tomorrow on a Thursday, I usually go, Monday through Sunday, and I don't like to go over 7 modules. So Thursday to Sunday is kind of an intro, but it all kind of rolls into the first module, which ends on the 29th. Uh, these first videos for me are kind of awkward in some ways. It's just a lot of general information and, getting to know you. Actually, I'm not. You're getting to know me. As far as me, okay. Yeah, Michael Thayer. The name is not Fryer. Nothing against friars, but I'm not a friar. I'm a Thayer. I am, like I said, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I moved to Phoenix got here New Year's Eve, 96. I have 2 sons. My oldest son I raised them myself, by the way, both of them since 2005. So my oldest son graduated from ASU Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication back in 2015. Um, and my youngest son is getting ready to go. He's got to go to work. He's working at the ASU bookstore. He's going to graduate in December from ASU Barrett Honors College with a degree in history and a minor in philosophy. Uh, Neither of my sons ever asked me for help, even though I offered. But no, my youngest son, I live with my youngest son right now because of the pandemic. Um, as you may have seen from my bio, I don't know if you can do the math on that if it's too obvious, but I got my undergrad degree in BIS, which was the Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies, in 2013. Okay, I was just getting ready to turn 55. I didn't go to college till I was 52 in 2010, and I got my bachelor's, and then I took like a year off. I was going to go to Howard University in um, Washington, D.C., as I was accepted there for a master's in African studies. My undergrad concentrations were African American studies and human rights. I decided after pulling my then eighth grade son uh, out of school here and dragging him to Washington, D.C., and leaving my oldest son here, was going to ASU. I felt that I needed to come back. I made my way back just because I didn't feel it was right. It was the right place, the wrong time for me. And many of you single parents probably have to make decisions, obviously, that involve everybody. So I came back and I ended up doing my master's program here in interdisciplinary studies at ASU West Campus. And I did well enough in both my programs. In my undergrad, I was named the Graduate of the Year for the College of Letters and Sciences. And so I got to go, up on stage. It's a big deal, whatever. And then I was also named the um, Outstanding Achievement in Academics for African American Studies by the School of Social Transformation. So if you know how university is with colleges and schools, so the School of Social Transformation, as well as the College of Letters and Sciences, I was both recognized in the same year, and I take pride in that as an interdisciplinarian, okay, able to integrate All right, and we're going to get to all that soon. My master's degree is in interdisciplinary studies, and it was kind of a haphazard program as I'm learning in hindsight. But I did my studies focusing a lot on ideology, science, religion, and video production, multimedia, and things like that. My history is very wide ranging. I know I've had 37 different jobs in my life. I've been factory worker, farm worker, middle management. But as I got into my adulthood, um, I got into law enforcement. I was a sergeant for Milwaukee County in the jails. I came out here and worked for Maricopa County. Got out of that, went to technology sales. I've been in that for since '97, so 24 years. I still do that on the side, kind of. I got one client that I'm just a commission kind of middleman for them. It's a huge client in South Carolina. Um, I've been an artist. So you got this, business. I've been like I said, a technology sales guy. I've been a manager. I've been a district manager, a sales manager. I've been, like I said, a sergeant. I've been in leadership positions as well as management positions. I've been in the arts. I've sold my art. Can't see a lot of it there, and maybe up there and behind there. But um, I used to sell my art from 2007 to 2012. People would buy it at shows. I couldn't believe it, but they did. I've been a writer, currently writing some essays and short stories, as well as working on a novel. I've had sold my writing as a journalist, been a photojournalist. I flew to Ghana and West Africa with Stevie Wonder in 2007. It's getting so old now, people don't even know who Stevie Wonder is. I worked with Bono and U2 on God, I can't remember the tour now. Oh, jeez. But here in Phoenix, and one.org, Amnesty International, and some other organizations I've been a photographer for. Uh, so I've been in the arts kind of thing, and I've been in the business kind of thing, and I've been in the law enforcement kind of thing. So I've got experience in many areas. I like to think that I can relate to every single one of my students somehow, which is not easy in an interdisciplinary class because, as you know, you've got a million different um, concentrations you're matching up. But again, there's many of you that might want to get in law enforcement, or I realize I understand chain of command. You might be military. You might have I get it. Okay. I mean, I was a leader of the emergency response team. I've had to do some life-saving things. I've had to be pepper sprayed. I've had to do a lot of things in that venue and do that kind of work. Uh, I've also been, like I said, management and sales. I've done that kind of work. I understand the sales, the entrepreneurship, have my own company. I've done many things on my own website, things like that. I've done the single parent route, like I said. I've done the mature student route, the adult student, kind of non-traditional, and I've done the arts and things like that. So just bring it. I think I try to relate to and empathize to what you're dealing with, and things like that. So that's just a little bit about me. Actually, that was a lot about me, but uh, let's just talk. There's a syllabus quiz and an academic integrity quiz. I'm going to send this video out later today, even though core class doesn't start till tomorrow. Everybody's got different schedules. Some of you are working, some of you are full-time students, some of you are on campus, some of you are, on the other side of the world, could be, and things like that. So whatever works, we're going to try to give you the opportunity. By the way, I usually yawn once in every video at least, so it's nothing against you, although you may be falling asleep by now. So we got three sections here combined. We've got a couple of, I think, ASU online classes and an ASU I-course, but three different sections. You all combine. You all can see each other fairly well. I have in the syllabus. I have listed, how many points each module is worth. If you'll notice that it comes up to 1,030 points. Okay, and that's something important we'll get to later. I have it broken down in terms of the videos and the discussion boards, the quizzes, the academic integrity agreement, the syllabus, plan of study, personal narrative, and the MAPS papers. Extra credit, there is none. Why? Because you already have 1,030 points, and I may even do an extra video for some reason, and that'll give you 1,035. So right now, that's 35 extra point credits because normally an A would be 90% or 900 points. This way, you only need 87% to get an A, 77% to get a B, and 68% to get a C. Those are just round numbers. Again, though, remember that the final grade is based on points, not percentages, because some people might freak out later and say, oh my God, I got 87%, I'm getting a B, because it'll say B probably if you look at the percent. But if it's 900 points or more, it's an A. We'll get to that. I'm sure you can figure it out, right? Okay, Easter eggs. This is what I call these little things that I say during the video that will prove to me that you watched the video and I can give you the points. So otherwise you could say, I watched it. Oh, yeah, whatever, you didn't watch it. No, Easter eggs. So I'm going to say like right now, Easter egg number 1. So Easter egg number 1 is contact your instructor. So write that one down and that'll be one of 3 that you'll send me to get the 5 points every video. So again, Easter egg number 1, I normally don't do this, but I'll say it again, is contact your instructor because I'd like you to stay in contact with me. Some of my students really enjoy having videos and being able to see who I am and know what I'm doing and stuff and get a sense of context to that. But I want to encourage communication too, okay? I want you to feel free to ask me questions, okay? I have no life. It's a pandemic. I have no social life. I have no, so just send me your questions. I think somebody will be surprised. Somebody will be shocked how fast I get back to you. You'll think that I'm bouncing back like a rejected email. In fact, I'm answering you because I am on my laptop, my iPad, my iPhone, kind of most of the day doing things. So I like to keep a clean inbox. So make sure you contact me with your questions, comments, and concerns. Okay. Okay, the textbook, which we all need, and you have an extra time here because of this extra intro module stuff. This is it. It's hard to get now. It's out of print. So depending on what you do, I posted the link to the Follett ebook. Okay, the ebook is about half price too of the text. This thing has got I've done my wear and tear on this bad boy for a couple of years now. I just went to this. I designed this course with Dr. Prizdia, and we decided to go with Tanner on this one. But he's released a third edition. Third edition might be available now. I'm supposed to be getting one mailed to me as we speak by my contact at the textbook publisher because I told her some of my students may end up with the third edition. I don't know. If you do, I want you to be able to keep it and use it for this class, and I'll try to get caught up to see if there's any adjustments I need to do that. Otherwise, everybody should have the second edition. If you have any questions about that, don't panic. Send me an email. When you send me an email, this is really important. Put your course in the subject, like IDS 301. That's all I need, IDS 301. Then I know where you're from. I can see your name because it's got to come from your ASU email. If it doesn't come from your ASU email, I might not respond, okay? ASU email should have your at asu.edu, should have IDS 301 in the subject, and then tell me your question and, and we'll move on. I don't need your ASU ID. I don't want your ASU ID. Don't want your social security number. Don't want your birth certificate. I'm over exaggerating, but I'm saying ASU ID is of no use to me. Don't give it out like that, okay? I just need to know your name, what class you're in. That's it, okay? That's cool. When you send me the Easter eggs, just send me 1, 2, 3 on the Easter eggs. Then if you want to ask me any questions, make comments, I'm happy to hear it, okay? I really, really am. So, all right, so let's see. The due dates, there's a chronology to that. Many of my students hate my due dates. I've tried to improve on it by pushing them back towards weekends more. But the fact of the matter is, like George Carlin said, Mother Nature gave us time so that everything doesn't happen at once. I'm giving you a staggered due dates because everything shouldn't happen at once. There's a reason I want you to do this first and this second and this third in a module, okay? There's a reason I don't have you all jammed in on Sunday so you pick whatever you want, okay? Because this is a 300 level university course, okay? You will need to invest, they say, approximately 120 hours in a 3-credit course in any given semester. 120 hours. So it's a 15-week course. That's about 10, 11 hours a week, right? 12, whatever, hours a week. But when you cut that back in half, it isn't still 10 hours a week. You're not doing half the work. You're doing the same amount of work in half the time. So if you're not putting a good 15 to 20 hours a week in this course, don't expect it to be a cakewalk, okay? I want you to demonstrate academic rigor. I want you to succeed in this course, and I want you to get some idea what interdisciplinary studies is. Because come on, admit it, you have no idea. You don't know what you got yourself into. You think it might be something like a double major. I don't know. And that's fine. I went through a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies where I was the graduate of the year, mind you. Then I got a 4.0 Master's of Interdisciplinary Studies. And then I've got a dozen books on interdisciplinarity. And it probably only dawned on me about a year or so ago what I was doing. So it's not easy, but I'm going to get your learning curve really up to speed on this. And I'm really happy to be able to give you what I feel is the premier IDS, introductory IDS course in our program. I stand behind that. Okay. It's been copied, but never duplicated. Okay. All right. So, and again, stay in contact with me and ask me questions. Formatting is one of my pet peeves. We'll get into that. This is a course that I expect certain format use, but I'm not over the top with it. Okay. I'm going to explain it. All right. There's not many papers to do here. What I typically do is that if somebody does really a horrendous job in the organization of the paper, I might blast it, but I'll give you a chance to redo it. How's that? Fair enough? Good. Okay. A word about rubrics. I hate them. I don't use them. It's the biggest complaint students have against me in my evaluations, and that's fine. But I am clear about this at the beginning of each course. There's a reason I don't like rubrics, even though I get pushback from above me too. What is a rubric? It's basically a checklist, right? Now you go through life. Do you have a checklist? A lot of us do. I mean, I have a list of things to do. We have a list, but in your jobs, in the way you function as a human being, is it a checklist type of lifestyle? Do you want that? And what I think about checklists in academia is that the rubric gives you a ceiling. It's a ceiling because people do the rubric and they take it's a minimum. That's it. I'm done. I did everything on rubric. What the hell else I got to do? I take away that rubric. If you still follow the directions, follow the samples, follow whatever, you'll still get that. But I'm looking for the people who want to go beyond that. Not just write twice as much or anything, but I want people who want to be able to think outside the box. And we'll get into interdisciplinary studies in terms of what it means in terms of critical thinking and being a certain type of thinker. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think the rubric type of thinker is good at this because it's the same logic as now we're gonna have a lot of multiple choice true and false questions and quizzes. Every quiz basically is multiple choice or true and false. I hate those, to be honest with you. And who's with me? Now, if you're with me in hating those, that means you already know your strength is in being able to express yourself in writing. Whereas overthinkers like me, and I'll have a couple in each class, welcome, because I'm one of you, you could sit and look at a multiple choice, and you could probably make a case for at least 2 of those answers because you understand and look at things a little differently. Typically, then you go with the first guess, but it's like that with a rubric. I don't want you to just check it all off. I'm done. All right. What did you do? You just looked at the rubric and checked things off. You didn't contemplate the work that you were doing and why you were doing it, and displaying academic rigor and rigorous thought, critical thinking. I'm so excited to offer you an opportunity to do that. Okay. Ask me questions later. Okay. Let's do Easter egg number 2. No late quizzes accepted. Remember that one. So quizzes, they're due typically on Saturday or Sunday, I think. There's no late ones. It shuts off. I can't have you do a late one. I just changed it from, they were 30-minute quizzes. I made them all 40-minute. We'll see how that goes. You should be able to get them. I mean, if you do the readings, you'll be fine. You'll whip through those suckers, okay? All right, so we'll get into what is interdisciplinary studies, but as we're running to 20 minutes here, I don't want to go too long. Just going to give you a little hint about what I emphasize. What's the meme to me? Okay, the meme to me is IDS equals integration. Okay, so see that integrative studies. Now we're interdisciplinary studies, and he's talking about integration and integrative. How does this all connect? Well, it's not a apples to apples IDS equals integration. Let's think about it. IDS is interdisciplinary studies. It's a field, a program. It's a field. All right. Integration is a process. Okay. We integrate a lot of things in our lives, and there's integration everywhere we work and do things. IDS is a field of study, and integration is a process, but IDS equals integration. I want you to think of that when you think of IDS. I don't want you to think, oh, it's looking at multiple things different ways and it's going. No, that's multidisciplinary, and you'll learn that. Interdisciplinary is integrative, integration. Okay. I have never once told a student, you're using the word integration too much. But if I told them you're not using integration, absolutely. So if there's one thing I can get through to you here, it's that IDS equals integration. That means integration is the key word here. But I'll never be mad when you use integration. I swear I'm waiting for a student to turn in a paper. It's nothing but 1,000 of the word integration. And I'm going to give them an A just because they did it, just to think they were going to bug me. But I love it because IDS equals integration. That's what you need to think about. That's what we're going to be doing. That's what you're learning to do in IDS. That separates us from the animals. You know, you got a major and a minor, you're studying two different things. Great. You got a double major studying two different things. Great. Okay. You got two concentrations, you're studying two different things. Great. But you're in IDS, so what does that mean? You're going to learn how to integrate. Okay. You're going to learn what it means to integrate through various exercises, theory, and readings and such. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into here as we get to 22 minutes. The next video for this course, I'm going to do probably Monday or Tuesday. Normal scheduled videos are going to be Sunday afternoon. The module starts Monday, and then I do another one Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how the week's shaping up. Again, ask me any questions. Welcome to the class. It's so good to have you. And let's do Easter egg number 3. Hey, IDS equals integration. All right, forks up. Peace.